immigrants are about 90% more likely to start a small business or start any business than a native-born American.
Yes.
Right. And this is really surprising. I mean, and it turns out it's true across nationalities. You would think, yes, but these are just the Chinese and the Indian immigrants, and they're better educated and, but no, it turns out to also hold for Mexicans and Central Americans and people from Southeast Asia. And, it actually holds, some groups are have slightly higher rates than others, but almost all national groups have higher rates of entrepreneurship than native-born Americans. And there's at least a couple reasons. I mean, one is actually exclusion, that for some immigrants who have a middle-class background, they realize that they're never going to be able to exercise their profession again. It's hard to become a doctor in the United States, right? And so, or it's hard to become a lawyer again. And so people sometimes say, I'm going to start a small business and, I'm a qualified professional. If I can't practice, I'm going to do something else that will lead me back to the middle class. But the other is there seems to be some self-selection, right? I mean, the people who are willing to pick up, whether it is, people crossing the border illegally, we like it or not, but, that takes some gumption, right? And people coming on a visa also saying, I'm going to go out and figure out how to navigate the craziness of the U.S. visa regime, and I'm going to come study in the United States, or I'm going to come and, take a chance on a job I'm being offered in the United States, or I'm going to follow a relative in the United States. These are people who often are risk takers, right? Or they're at least above average as risk takers. And so there seems to be something about that's hard to quantify still. People are still trying to figure out exactly what's the mix here. But there does seem to be something about people who move from one country to another that leads them to also be the same kind of people who would start new businesses. And we really depend on innovators and entrepreneurs to keep the economy moving forward and becoming more productive.
I think you hit on both of those are right on. I mean, I'm an immigrant, and I have been in business on my own for, I won't give away my age, but many decades, shall we say. And my parents who came and they started small businesses. I think part of it is exclusive. I mean, excluding them from normal jobs.
Yes.
Either language or social status, whatever that may be. And the other is that it is not easy to pick up and leave your own country to go to a new land. So those people who are willing to do that is not only because they have to, is because they really wanted to for a better future, and that is risk-taking.